Hi! Have you ever seen a skydiver jump out of an airplane? After jumping, the skydiver falls through the air and then opens the parachute. The parachute slows the skydiver down, so they fall gently towards the ground and can make a safe landing. But have you ever thought about how parachutes work? How does the parachute do this? A parachute works by increasing your air resistance as you fall. Let's learn more about this. A parachute works by increasing air resistance as you fall. Air resistance is a force that acts in the opposite direction of moving objects. This is a fancy way of saying that air resists or slows things that are moving. To better understand this concept, let's take a closer look at air itself. Although the space around you seems completely empty, it's filled with air. And air is made up of matter, which means when you walk through air, every move you make is pushing matter out of the way. But matter is pushing back on you too. You probably don't feel it when you're just walking around, but when you start running or biking, you might feel a force, like wind is pushing against you. That force has a name. It's called air resistance, or drag. The faster something moves, the more air resistance or drag it creates. When a skydiver jumps out of an airplane, gravity pulls them towards the ground. The force of gravity can make an object fall very fast. And the fall keeps getting faster. How do you slow yourself down so that you can land safely? You want to make more air bump into your air resistance. And that's how a parachute helps. It makes more space for the air to run into. The open parachute has a very large surface area. And the bigger the surface area for air to push against, the greater the air resistance or drag. As the parachute falls, the air resistance pushes the parachute back up until the drag just balances out the pull of gravity. At that point, you begin to fall at a slower, steadier pace until the parachute drops you gently onto the ground. Let's construct a parachute prototype. A prototype is a typical model of something. Engineers use prototypes to compare factors that affect a design and analyze the data they collect during testing to find the best solution. Let's look at the science behind air resistance and see how it works by creating our very own parachute. We have learned that when a parachute opens, it is a second force that works against gravity. This is air resistance, also known as drag. Drag is a force that acts in the opposite direction of moving objects. Drag that happens in the air is known as air resistance. There is no air resistance after you let go of an object. The only force on it is the gravitational force. As an object falls, We can increase its drag by creating something like a parachute, which expands surface area and slows down a fall. Air resistance is affected by different variables, including surface area and speed. Air resistance always tries to slow down a moving object. Just observe your own toy parachute and find out.